And we go back to our top story. And the rise in crime in Nairobi Central Business District is not only worrying to the residents, but to law enforcement agencies as well. Now, the Nairobi County government has formed a special squad that is expected to deal with the marauding gangs. Images of pedestrians being attacked in the streets of Nairobi have gone viral on social media, and this worrying trend forms the basis of our discussion this morning. All right, so those pictures really have elicited a great debate about just how safe Nairobi residents are in the Central Business District, and that is our focus this morning here on the News Center. We just want to take a look at some facts about what has been happening, and that will lead us to that conversation that I told you about with Tito Kilonzi, who comes from the county government. Is going to be talking to us about the moves that the central government here in Nairobi has, and the county government, I beg your pardon, has taken in order to ensure that Nairobians are safe. Let's just take a look at those graphics right now on screen. All right, so we will start by taking a look at the crime hotspots in the Central Business District. And of course, if you've been following the news stories and social media images, a number of streets have been mentioned as terrible hotspots. We have Temple Road, Hakati Road, the railway's bus terminus along the Haile Selassie Avenue. Remember that especially railway's terminus is quite busy every single day, whether it's during the day or even in the evening. Very many people go there to just get their transport back home. Also, the KTDA area along Moi Avenue. Earlier on, I was just looking at the social media posts, and very many Kenyans saying, Nairobians saying that normally they would be able to walk along Moi Avenue even as late as 1 a.m., but that cannot happen right now because they fear for their lives. We also have the West Coast Road as one of the other hotspots, which we're having all those some of the cases of crime. Let's just move on to the next there. All right, and looking at the peak hours of just when this crime incidents happen, and you have 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. and you can imagine that 6 a.m. is a time that many Nairobians are getting into the CBD, going to work. So around that 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. period, that's the time that is being mentioned as one of the peak hours for crime. Also 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. and you can imagine just the number of Kenyans or Nairobians who leave work around 6 p.m., 5 p.m. and by 7 p.m. they're at the bus terminuses, if it's railways, if it's the Machakos Country Bus, quite a number of places where they get the matatus or the public service vehicles to go get back home just around 7 p.m. to around 11 p.m. So that's really peak hours, and that's the time that these gangs are coming out. But even apart from those peak hours, we have a number of hours during the day, broad daylight, whereby you've even seen the pictures on social media, Nairobians being attacked by these mags, and really they're not shy of doing these things. They're doing them in broad daylight in front of people. And as you've seen there, the picture is really, really worrying. So shortly, I will be speaking and having a discussion here in studio with regards to this extremely worrying trend that has just developed over the last couple of weeks here in studio. I'll be having that conversation. I'd like also to hear your thoughts